Amazing. All right. Good morning. My name is Abigail Meister, and this is our weekly 12 Central Time, 6 UK time team call. And today I want to cover getting out of the gate. And if you have been here with us for 2 years, this is still extremely relevant to you because when you stop helping people get out of the gate, your business starts dying. All right. We always need to be in this phase one activity mode. And I have basically like 7 skill sets, 7 fundamentals that I'm going to be covering on training on Mondays that I really want people to tune into. And if you are, working, catch the replay. Today, we are going to hone in on skill set number 1. We're just really going to drill this because we have a phenomenal system in place. We work very hard to continue to do, the UK live calls on Monday, the opportunity overviews all throughout the week as North American women, as like moms. We do them at a different time than even corporate because we want to honor that a lot of moms are going to be getting to bed earlier. And then there is a corporate one that is later. So there are so many different opportunities going on for you to plug people into. And if you find yourself showing up to the calls again and again without people, then you need to assess right now, what am I working? What am I doing? And it goes back to your goals. And it's, do you want to build a team of customers or do you want to build a team of business partners? Or would you like to build a team of both? I would love to build a team of both. And, for our customers, like I said, we have our masterclass. We have it's called the Riemann Difference Group, which is a customer-based group that we just feed information, exciting information about the skincare to our customers. And we have Product University continually going on. And also for you as a planner to be doing, K pop-up events and customer appreciation things, constantly following up, checking on customers. A lot of attraction marketing pulls in customers if you're doing your skincare, if you're doing your makeup. Now, if you're talking about the business, if you're talking about the opportunity, then you are leading, you are attracting those planners. So you get what you put out. But if I'm launching someone and I know they want to take part-time income and go full-time, then I am coaching them to get out of the gate looking for their dream team. And the goal is to help everyone you bring on go to senior manager as quickly as possible. Okay, so here is the Ramon game plan. And this is skill set training that creates massive momentum to take you to the top of Ramon. I was just thinking about this today and just how I've always built business. And I've built my business the same way I trained as an athlete. Have any of you ever uh, trained as an athlete? Maybe I got some soccer players on here, or you have children who are in sports. I was a collegiate basketball player and then ended up doing some college coaching. Maybe some of you train your bodies. Maybe you lift weights every day and you've developed those habits and that discipline. And oh, I see Christy Russo is, I don't know if I said last name right, but I saw a video you made last week about how you had gotten away from the weight room a couple days and you couldn't believe how bad you felt, and you realize that's how many normal people feel. Your energy was down, you were eating different because of that one habit, that one discipline of getting up and moving your body, and how it starts creating an effect in every area of your life. So, and maybe some of you have become, I call it an outlier. You've spent many hours and much discipline into learning a trade set in your life, which makes you above the grain. Okay. Well, we want to teach you that here. We want you to hone in. Yes, we have the greatest product. And yes, we have an incredible comp plan. But if you do not master the basic fundamentals of, let's call it network marketing or team building, then it's going to take a lot longer. And maybe you just don't have a roadmap to get there. And I want to make sure you know the game plan and you know how, if because you don't have to have a lot of experience. You don't have to have had a major win before to have a major win now. Everybody starts somewhere. And if you will apply and learn the basic fundamentals of this industry, you can have massive success without previous experience. Okay, so let's go over that today. So, yeah, as an athlete, it was always coming back to repetition, hard work, and the basic fundamentals. The scoreboard changes when the habits do. If you're watching this replay right now and you're not hitting team leader anymore, or you're not making the kind of money you were when you first began, I guarantee you I could look at your calendar, or I don't see you on calls and I don't hear you, like, just I'm just talking about like personals, texting me, telling me about people, setting up like the basic fundamentals are no longer there. And we are literally 3 years into this company, and nobody should be in management mode. Nobody should be thinking I should just, I got team leader, that's where I wanted to go. I'm good with that, because you haven't even hit momentum with this company. This company hasn't hit momentum from being in launch opportunity. Like, we're just getting there. And so if you've been here 2 years, it's time to turn it on. It's time to do the basic fundamentals and the habits. Or you're just going to be watching paycheck go down month after month after month, being mad about it. Well, get to the habits, get to the basic fundamentals, get into launch energy, phase one activity, because nobody, if they want to make it big here, can afford to not be doing that at this time. So these are the fundamentals. One is prospecting, having conversations every day. Two, inviting. If you're looking right now and your planners aren't on this call, are they getting the kind of training you're getting? Do they know what you're learning? Who's showing up? Or if this is valuable information, are you getting them the replay and say, hey, let me know what you thought about this call, let me know where we can hone in on it together. Chris Boone just ran a WHAM accountability group where people showed up and they literally reported no excuses. It was no excuses. It was this many contacts this week, this is how many faces I got product on, this is who's green, yellow, or red. It was just the basics of income generating activity and being held accountable for it. And we all need accountability. I need accountability. You need accountability if you have goals. I needed that as an athlete. I wanted a coach as an athlete. I wanted someone correcting me as an athlete. So the second one is inviting. Are you getting people on these opportunity overviews? Because like that's the basic fundamentals of this business. That's what allows you to work it with anybody, is plugging in to the system of opportunity overviews, inviting people onto them, or inviting people to K-pop parties, inviting people to watch a little sizzle video, inviting people on to a three-way call. These activities are the foundation of building a team and a sustainable business. Number 3 is presenting. Okay. We have these overview calls on replays in our YouTube channel so that if you are brand new, you don't have to do heavy lifting and you don't have to do presenting. You can, if you can't get someone on live in real time, well, your chances they do go down for that. They lose that excitement. They lose seeing all the relevance of everyone else on the call. Everyone else is excited. This is all a transfer of energy. So a replay should be the last option. But let me tell you, as you grow in this business, if you want to be a team leader, then as a senior manager, start behaving like a team leader. If you are a team leader, ask somebody, like, develop a small PowerPoint. And if you don't want to develop a small PowerPoint, ask someone to give you that. Well, you don't have to ask anybody. The company PowerPoint is in the marketing drive. Have you ever sat down and just practiced presenting before? I'm telling you, if you can invite 10 to 15 people in a room in Canada for a business opportunity presentation and you can execute it, then you are going to grow so much. The scariest thing ever is being asked to present for the first time and the second time and the third time. And I still get butterflies every time I have to go present for a big audience. But I also know it is the basic fundamentals that once you can do your own presentation, you don't have to wait on anybody. And so I would just tell you, if you want to step up, if you want to behave in a leadership mindset, say, hey, Chris, can I share my testimony in 3 minutes on the next overview? Start with that. Volunteer yourself. The Remon Difference group for our customers, it's open for anybody to add value in it. If you're putting your customers in there, would you want to go share a testimony in there? Like, start getting yourself a little bit uncomfortable. You can present on a live. If you're launching someone, you can take your newest new person and you can put them on a live with you and you can I know you can do it on Instagram. You can do a split screen and have a live presentation together, asking each other questions back and forth. But the more you get uncomfortable and fail faster, the faster you're going to grow and go. And so I would just say, like, this is something usually you get kind of forced into. It's like, Brooke led our WHAM meetings for us in the last 2 weeks when we were traveling. I bet she was just a little bit uncomfortable and maybe it was overwhelming at first, but I bet it pressed her out of her comfort zone. And then when she was done, bet she felt pretty good about herself. Can I get a head nod? Like, you were proud of yourself, weren't you? Yeah, when you do something uncomfortable, you're proud of yourself. And so presenting is an element to this business where if you can, share the Remon story in 20 minutes or 30 minutes, even before a K-pop party, like, you're going somewhere. You're escalating your skill set. Closing. That's another huge fundamental. It's about helping people actually get to the website and get their starter package. It's about after a K-pop party or during a K-pop party, offering the question, would you like to be on our team? Would you like to do this with us? Are you interested in making part-time income? Are you interested in helping bring this into your country? Are you, let's get to the finish line here. Pop the question, right? I remember when I was a single mom and I was on a dating apps and I'm like, okay, I can't talk this much. I'm looking to get married and we have to get this off of text messaging. You need to ask me to dinner soon so I can decide if I'm going to stop chatting. Okay? Like there just needs to come a point in time where would you like to do this? Are you interested in being a customer or do you want to make a part-time income that could lead to full-time income? Like, what do you want? You know, and then you sort them. You sort them where they go. All right. Number 5 is orientation. If you have someone who just came into your business, you must get them on an orientation. And it's like hiring somebody to, let's say, I used to be a Starbucks manager. It's like we spent 2 weeks orienting somebody before I could put them on the floor. Took a lot of time and money because they got paid as they trained, but you wouldn't put them on the floor and you wouldn't put them in front of customers until you did their orientation. And you can make more money in this industry than being a doctor or being a graduate and a CEO at the top of a company. Are you giving your new people orientations? Are you showing them where their marketing drive is? Are you teaching them how to set up their links? Are you telling them how to easily create a bag? Are you plugging them into groups where they have support and recognition and like and laying out their goals? You know, there are so many people that if I don't clear expectations, I can blow people out because I just assume everybody wants to do and play like I do. And if I don't have that conversation, like that's they don't like me. Lose friends. Okay? Like when you bring someone on, you need to know like is this just a pocket side income of 500 extra dollars a month? Cuz your coaching will be different than if it's somebody telling you they want to create legacy income and they want to become a millionaire because all roads lead to that if you're here right now and you're learning the basic fundamentals of team building. So in the orientation process, it's a video. It's a call. We have them every week. And you can also just send someone a replay immediately off our YouTube channel to get them up and running as soon as they sign on. Sometimes I send orientations before we even close because I want them to be so ready on how they're getting out of the gate and I want to know what their goals are and I want to know what are we doing day 1? We're signing in, we're getting the link set up, how are we launching? And that's number 6 is launching. Are you launching them? That is where if you have not gotten them on a 3-way call, if you've brought people in through Messenger, you have no launch plan for them. You have not cast vision over their life. You have not connected with them as a business partner. They may not have any social media, and you may have been doing social media for 5 years. Do you think if they make a post, they're going to get traction or devastation? Like, you don't want to set people up to fail. You know, some people are they just need to invite 3 friends over to wash their face because they need to get comfortable just having someone over to their sink, not worrying about the stress of like some people are like, okay, well, I got to clean up my house and I should, you know, save money so I can do our charcuterie and a lot of drinks and that's not replicatable. But anybody can come to your sink and wash their face. Anybody can take a borrow bag for 3 days and you can contact someone else to do it for 3 days. Everybody is going to launch different and you as a coach are going to connect in with them and with your experience and seeing lots of other women and how they do this business, you're going to be able to say this is how I think you could really have some immediate success. But most people, it's the basic fundamentals of picking up the phone and sharing, showing a sizzle video, getting them on an overview, getting them on a three-way call, getting them closed, orienting them, then promoting events, K-pop parties, team events, team trainings, things like that. So calls. So today, all we're going to go over is prospecting. Okay. Because whether you're, me, a director, been here for, it'll be 3 years, March, or you are the very newest new person here, we should all be doing this at least at the beginning of the month. Sundays, I usually send out about 30 to 40 messages because usually during the week I'm working really for others. And I'm hoping that I did a diligent job on Sunday, that all throughout the week, maybe I got 5 people out of those 40 that now I'm talking with and running through the pipeline, all while inviting people onto things, presenting, doing three-way calls, orienting. When you become a team leader and when you have an organization, the number one thing you want to look out for is quitting your phase one activity, because your team is a reflection of what you do. And I would really love to have a kick butt prospecting, recruiting team where everybody's setting up, 10 senior managers on their front line, because we're thinking about the future and creating a stable business like that. I want to impart that. I want that. I want you to have that. And then I want the person you bring on to have that, because in 3 years, you'll be so happy. This allows you to get out of the gate, create some open line volume, and then you go focus in with 3 or 4 people who are actually showing you energy, getting on the calls, blowing up your phone. I got this person. Can you do a call with me? I got this person. Can you do a call with me? My goal in life is to drive Tim and Chris crazy. Like, I just want to annoy them. Hey, I need you on here. Hey, I need a call. Hey, I need that's my goal, is I want to be the most annoying one. Cuz that's money. That's money, baby. I want you to annoy me. Some people it's just like, come get people on calls, right? Hey, Brooke did her first three-way call last week. Take yourself off mute. You did the pipeline, you did the process. Share with us, how'd that go for you?
It went really good because I didn't do anything. Abby did all the talking. It was so good. And it was third time's a charm. Like, it did take 3 times. There was some weather issues and some power issues. So it took 3 times, but it was easy. Like, I didn't have to do anything.
Did I yell at you and get mad at you when your girl didn't show up the first 2 times, even though it
Absolutely
ruined my
not.
plans?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, she can't control that. Now, if you didn't follow up and confirm the call, then I'm getting a little irritated, but you did, and you told me you did. Or
Yeah.
you told me I haven't heard from her, heads up today, and that kind of gave me, well, I'm going to take this in the car and not wait at home 3 hours to do it. It's just about communication. You can't control them, but you do your job. She had connected, she had shared, she queued it up. We had a great call, connected, then got her resources, got her orientation things, getting her out of the gate, getting her ready to go. So, Brooke, so proud of you, because I think 3 weeks ago, you were saying something else. I'm gonna share that.
Well, it, I'm trying to word it correctly. I'm learning to invite and prospect. And I definitely think, even if somebody was to come to me and say, I want in on this business right now, I think I would still say, wonderful, I'm going to put you on a three-way call. So I think no matter if I'm out there doing the prospecting or if someone just falls in my lap, I'm going to just automatically do the three-way call because I'm going to learn from Abby or Lori or Kristen or whoever. Like, I'm going to learn from them by watching them do the three-way call because I still have a lot, I still want to learn a lot.
Yep. Amazing, Brooke. Thank you for sharing that. And that's such a powerful reminder. Um, when you are starting in this business, you should be on every call. You should be on every overview. You should be on every orientation because you are developing language. You are watching other people present. When you stop getting on the calls, you get cold. You get icy. It's just like sports. If I was a basketball player and I didn't go shoot my free throws every day, or I didn't do my layup routine for a week, everything fell apart. If my daughter's in a game and her shot is off, the first thing, and she could tell you this, first thing I tell her, go get under the basket and do miking drill. That's baby layups. But if she can't make a shot out here, she needs to get back under the hole and build her confidence. And then she can start stepping out again. And this is the same exact thing. When you stop participating from listening to overviews, when you're not on team trainings, when you're not on orientations, when you're not creating content, when you get cold and then you get scared and then you get paralyzed to talk to anybody and then you feel like you don't know what's going on. Get back under the basket, get on an overview, get on an orientation, go send 3 messages, as awkward as it feels. Make yourself do it. Go share a sizzle video, go invite someone on a 3-way call. And I'll just remind you, and when I very first started my first network marketing company, I would go to my mentor and I would start asking questions. Hey, do you have a flyer for this? You know, hey, what should I say if someone says this? Where can I find this? And he would never answer me. He would never, and it made me mad. He would never answer me. And his reply was always, get me on a call. Get me on a call. Get me on a call. He showed me from the very beginning, I don't get his time unless we're making money together. Now, I know I work with a lot of women now, and we can be sensitive sometimes, but that was fine for just me. And I've had to learn how to be more sensitive to others because it was some pretty brutal coaching. I got my feelings hurt. I got mad. I felt slated. I felt like you're not training me. You're not teaching me. I don't know what to say. And he just kept saying, get him on a call, get him on a call. Because in this business, you get to learn as you make money. You get to train as you make money. And if you have a team of 100 people and everybody starts asking you questions, what do you want to do with your time? Do you want to be a secretary spoon feeding everybody answers? Or do you want to have people putting other people on calls with you while you're both making money and you're getting to train somebody doing the right behaviors? So this 3-way call thing, it produces duplication. Even if you know it all, if you don't sometimes use the power of the 3-way call, you have just taught that person they need to learn everything you know before they get out of the gate. And we won't go fast if we have a bunch of people who are intelligent on ice. We want to be ignorance on fire when we start this business, meaning doing the fundamentals. I don't know about that, but let me put you on a call with my mentor. Comp plan questions. I don't know about that, but here is a great orientation that talks about it. I don't know about that. Okay. Like, and also, by the way, we have ChatGPT where you can upload the comp plan and upload product one sheets and everything and tell it to save. And then anytime you have a question, you can use your ChatGPT and then you can train your team to do that too. And then you'll never be spending your time on non-income generating activities. Ooh, that makes sense. So, because you need to stay in presenting mode, inviting mode, closing mode, prospecting mode. All right. So when you are looking to get started at the beginning of the month in your business, if I was in the first 6 months, I'd be making a new prospecting list every Sunday, every Monday. You have until you have 10 senior managers on your front line, keep making a new prospecting list. And then you approach it with the fundamentals of the inviting, just everything we went through, and we're going to train more on. But this prospecting list, you do not prejudge people. And for some of you that are launching a country, you better get out there. You better contact everyone you know, because we can all tell you, man, I messaged a girl last week and said on Instagram, and she said, oh my gosh, I love Korean skincare. And this company looks amazing. And I just joined some girl online last week. Okay, that's going to happen eventually. So you want to keep your list going and keep working yourself through the prospecting and the inviting. All right. Here's, and you want to do it with tenacity. Momentum loves speed. You like, I could do 3 contacts a day, but I'd rather do 60 in 3 hours in one day because I get in a flow. And if I get no, and if I get rejection, I'm not worried about it because I got 40 other messages out. But if I just think for me, if I was doing 3 a day, I'd be more of a roller coaster of emotions. Like, well, these 3 didn't work. I'm not doing inviting to hit numbers. I'm doing it to build an empire. So there's not a magic number, but a lot of people may want to know the minimums. What should I do? And just hit those. And I understand that. Those are measurable results, right? And sometimes when you get started, you just are like, this is so uncomfortable for me, but I will do 5 invites. I will show 3 sizzle videos. I will invite 1 person on a 3-way call today. And then once you see, oh, that worked, you're going to do more and more and more. And I just have the confidence that I know when you play the numbers, you're going to find an ace, and that ace can change your life. I know that. This I know. Therefore, I can sit down for 3 hours and humble myself, look like an idiot, take the rejection. 'Cause all I need is 1 ace. 1 ace. Okay? It's the beauty of this business. So, who are you thinking about? When you first get out of the gate, I really like that you go to your family, your mom, your really, really, really close friends, and you can share. Like, if you know they would never, don't prejudge, but like my mom, okay, I know, right? Hey, mom, I'm not going to ask you to join this business with me, but I need testimonies. I need you to order this. Here's my site. Here's my link. Order this. Please take your before and after picture and help me build a portfolio of testimonies for social proof. Now you don't need that. You have all the other faces here for social proof, but something about seeing how amazing this project is and not believing it because you don't know any of these people. Like, I know all these people that have these crazy results, If I was just looking online and be like, liars, it's too good to be true. But wait till your mom sends you the picture. Wait till your best friend sends you the picture. Then your own belief is validated and going up. Plus, you're trying to do everything you can in the first 24, 48, 62 hours to rack up into manager with 3,000 in volume and senior manager and 6,000 in volume. Get the points, get out of the gate so that when you go find it, that first builder pack, you're making 20% commission off it versus 10% because you went and you hit manager and senior manager with what I call the low hanging fruit. Order this. You have those hot market influences. Okay. Now, when you're making this prospecting list, think about online affiliates, girls doing digital marketing, girls putting 5 outfits a day on and making pennies on the dollar with Amazon. Like they can make upwards of 40% a year selling the world's #1 Korean skincare company. Who are some women, that like to show up online and make some money and are dropping links? Reach out. Reach out to the most successful person you know. And something that I did yesterday is I reached out to a couple really successful businessmen and I said, "Hey, I just want to tell you what I do and was wondering if you ever run across somebody with connections here, if you could send them my way. Here's what I'm looking for." Networkers love to network. And if you put out there what you're doing, sometimes you will get phenomenal things back. But put out what you're looking for. So who are the most successful people you know? Because successful people are looking for more than one income stream. They're looking for 7. Okay. Who's the most credible person you know? Like who's that woman that everybody wants to know who her hairdresser is? Everybody wants to know, where she shops. Everybody wants to know where she gets her nails done. Like, who is your girl's girl that, is always into things and maybe socializing with other women and has influence? Who has a network that you don't have? Who's right here in your hometown who has a different network that you don't have? Because you are a monkey swinging through a jungle looking for a new branch that will take you in a new direction. It's not about your 100 contacts. It's about your 10 contacts and their 10 contacts and their 10 contacts and their 10 contacts. I would, who says it? I can't remember, but I said it on the overview. I would rather get paid 1% off of what 100 people do than 100% off of what I do. That is the beauty of the career path that you are in right now. So who do you know? Who knows? Entrepreneurial mindsets. Maybe they've never done network marketing, but they've done event planning. They've been a freelance makeup artist. They've been a photographer. The reason why our industry can sometimes have a jaded rap is because it exposes people. It exposes work ethic because you are your own boss and you are responsible for your own success. And most people will get to the point where they will quit and they will bash the company because it made them feel bad about themselves. Because they didn't have an entrepreneurial mindset, they had an employee mindset. And they needed to be told what to do. They needed to have the plate given to them with food on it so they could eat. They needed to have those KPIs given to them because they couldn't make them for themselves and hold themselves to the fire. They needed to be told, show up on this call, you have to. Which we're not going to do that here. The people showing up with energy are the ones you walk in with. The people putting your hand up are the ones you go with. The people working the basic fundamentals out on the court with you are who you go practice with. And this industry exposes the people who are not self-motivated and who can't do the personal development, who can't keep the mindset, and then they hate it. And then they're negative about it. No, it's that network marketing thing that makes millionaires for the people who have an entrepreneurial mindset and want it bad enough and will do the basic fundamentals and get messy and fail and master them. What if you started today and in 5 years you were a professional? What if for the first 3 years you were really clunky, but you kept getting on calls and you kept putting people on calls? You kept showing up on your social and you kept hosting awkward K-pops. And then one day it hits and then you feel a little momentum. And then it hits again and you feel a little momentum. And by your 5th year, you've pulled in 500,000. But the first year you only pulled in 18. Would you stay and develop for that? Because this is a career and it does take time to learn skill sets. And nobody's ever too old to get started and learn if they're coachable and they're willing to get in there and do it. All right. Who do you know that has great work ethics? Who do you know who can juggle a couple balls all at once? Right? Keep some, oh, that's like moms, right? We keep things going. Who's the sharpest person you know? Who's got a big charismatic personality that just walks into a room and lights it up? Who's a school teacher that you know? Because I know like some of the biggest network marketer multimillionaires were like second grade teachers because they were coachable and then they loved teaching people. To be successful in this business, everyone that you bring on makes money. That's how you make money, is they make money. So you teach them how to make money. And teachers are good at teaching. So who are your teachers? Because we know they're working half the year, right? So think about that. Here's where we need to execute. Warm market invitation to Zoom events. Okay? To me, I'd be looking all over the place for people in launching companies, launching countries. There's momentum. They get first movers advantage. We still have it in North America, so your language really shouldn't change about first movers advantage. We haven't hit our stride yet. There's still, if I talk to 10 people, maybe one has heard of us. Maybe. Are you open to making additional income part-time? Great. Will you be available at blank? I've met a successful individual who's expanding the #1 K beauty company in the UK that will benefit us financially. If I send you the Zoom link or VIP invitation, would you attend to see the visual information? Yeah, take screenshots. And not UK. I've expanding the #1 K beauty company into Mexico that will benefit us financially, into the North America, into Canada that will benefit us financially. If I will you, that's the famous line. If I will you, if I send you the Zoom link, VIP invitation, would you attend to see the visual information? Okay, but what if they just start asking you all these questions? Take a screenshot. If they ask questions and you are just launching, which I wish I could just have everybody pretend all the time they were just launching. This is how you should behave. You should always, don't know. I'm not the expert. I don't want to be the expert. Experts don't get replicated. Experts make it too complicated. Experts blow out their team. Experts won't be duplicated. So I don't know. I was introduced to this myself. I was just introduced to this myself, so I'd rather not try and explain it. That's honest. That's comforting. Oh, good. I don't have to learn everything to go ask people to get on a call. You really just need to see the visual information. Trust me. Can you come? Can you come? So that is all we're doing today, and we hit an hour. I just think that prospecting, inviting, presenting, connecting on a three-way call, orienting, launching them. How are they going to launch? These are the basic fundamentals. This, if you master, if you will hone in on these skill sets, and if you're on social media, that's simply a prospecting outlet. If you are showing yourself doing the skincare, if you are creating all these amazing customers, that's awesome. And every day, are you following up to prospect with your customers who already love the product? Who already love the product, you know? And we love our customers, but have you asked them? Or did you assume they didn't and you just want to respect them as your customers? You know, they already love the product. Do you think they would host something for you? Do you think they have friends who would do this for you? It's network marketing. You only have this big of a network. Does your customer have a network of people that you couldn't reach without them introducing you? I literally had a customer the other day that is just, he's an influencer and he's not even sure if he wants to do this yet. And I said, could you introduce me to 3 friends of yours that are also influencers if you love the product? And he said, absolutely. I said, great. Can you send me their profiles? Because I wanted to look at them before that. But I'm asking for what I want. I want more people, and I want to get in other people's networks of their best people. We're always prospecting. The list never ends if you're intentional about what you're looking for and you're running the system. Okay. That I'm gonna end this recording. Oh, will you? I got it.